Hey my awesome folks, how are you doing today? And welcome to my playthrough of Sonic 3 Complete. Now what is Sonic 3 Complete? Well, essentially it's the best way to play Sonic 3 and Knuckles these days. But to really answer that question, Sonic 3 Complete is a hack of Sonic 3 and Knuckles which aims to provide a much improved variant of the original game with many new options and features without straying away from the original levels or gameplay. The inclusion of separate modes of Sonic 3, Sonic and Knuckles, and Blue Spears also make this a close cousin to the PC compilation of the Sonic and Knuckles collection. Now, the primary inspiration for the project's creation was the idea that Sonic 3 presentation got a lot of things right that Sonic and Knuckles changed for the worse. Oh, that sucks. As such, the default setup for Sonic 3 Complete restores Sonic 3's audio and visual style for the whole game, including amongst other things in the original main game theme. Now, before I get into anything else, I'm going to be going over a bunch of information that you folks may or may not know, but, this game is over 20 years old, so you guys are going to know this information, but I like to kind of touch up on it anyway. But yeah, Sonic 3 was released in North America February 2nd, 1994. In Japan, got it in May 27th, 1994. And Sonic and Knuckles, which were worldwide, got a release October 18th, 1994. Now, the two games were originally intended to be released as a single game. You folks know this. However, due to time restraints and the cost of large memory capacity cartridge, Sega split the project in two. The Sonic and Knuckles cartridge features the quote-unquote lock-on technology that allows the game to connect to the Sonic 2, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, or Sonic the Hedgehog 3 cartridges, combining elements from either games if you wanted to experience gameplay from that. But anyway, folks, how I'm going to be handling this playthrough is I've already unlocked, I did a code for the Hypersonic because I didn't really want to go after the emeralds. You folks know how I am. And the only reason I unlocked the Hypersonic cheat code was for the best ending for you folks. So going after the Chaos Emerald in this game, to me, I can never really do the Blue Spears game. I suck at those, folks. So if you're expecting to see the Blue Spears game, yeah, prepare to be disappointed because I don't do that. But I just go after the stage normally. I can pace myself and pretty much have a good time playing this game. Now, this may or may not piss some people off, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say it anyway. Sonic 3 is not my favorite Sonic game. That honor goes to Sonic 2, but I'll be damned to say if Sonic 3 isn't a fantastic game. I love Sonic 3, and Sonic 3 has some of the best music that in the Sonic franchise, man. I mean, I love Sonic 2 music, but Sonic 3 just gets a whole bunch of stuff right in the musical department, and funky pieces that you can just jam your head to, man. This game has it all. And with the introduction of Knuckles, man, like, how can not this game sell so many copies? Knuckles was the new kid on the block. Everybody wanted to play as Knuckles, and I don't blame him, man. He got that cool gliding capability. And yeah, so this game, I'm just gonna take it easy and pretty much have a good time with this game, folks. So yeah, I'm glad that you are joining me for the ride, even though I'm not really doing these special stages, but I just hope you folks can hang around anyway, because like I stated before, yeah, I suck at Blue Spears. D can testify to that. Yeah, he knows. He saw how I did in Mania, which is why I'm probably going to be having him playing Mania. If he's down for it, I have to talk to him about that and see if he wants to play Mania for the channel, which I think he will, because he's better at the Blue Spears game than I am. So, and with that game, we'll probably be giving you folks the full experience. Since all of the DLC is out. I was kind of expecting DLC from Sonic Mania anyway, but I'm glad I kind of held out as far as like playing that game. So now we'll be able to show off the DLC and all that stuff. But anyway, the only reason that Sonic 2 is my favorite Sonic game is because I played Sonic 2 first. If I would have played Sonic 3 and Knuckles first, this game would have been my favorite classic Sonic game. Yeah, my favorite as far as like modern Sonic game, I don't know, because I like Sonic Adventure. I didn't really play Sonic Adventure 2. I didn't play much of it anyway. I never really gotten to beat Sonic. Oh, jeez, I can't talk. Sonic Adventure 2. I never really gotten around to beating it. And Sonic Heroes, I've beaten it, and man, I was just dissatisfied with Sonic Heroes, but it's not a bad game. It's okay. Sonic, let's see what comes after. Shadow. I never touched Shadow the Hedgehog, and I'm glad I didn't. And Dee particularly likes that game for some reason. Some people do, some people don't. And yeah, so and after Shadow was Sonic 06, and there's that hyper mode activated. Gotta be careful here because man, with hyper mode your speed is increased, but also you could just stand there and just own Eggman. And I don't know if anybody can ever get the. I seriously doubt it if anyone can get the the Chaos Emeralds this early on, because a matter of fact the Super Emeralds, because you don't get those until like the Mushroom Valley, I think that stage was called. But yeah, there's the one of the antagonists. He was the antagonist of this game at the time, which was Knuckles the Echidna. We didn't know who that was back then, and most of the people thought he was cool. I thought he was cool when I eventually got my hands on this game, and I was like, man, who is that dude, and can I play as him? And I'm pretty sure I wasn't the only kid at the time that was thinking that. But anyway, yeah, Sonic 06 I played. I haven't beaten Sonic 06. I couldn't deal with it. After Sonic 06 was, let's see, I think it was Sonic Unleashed, which I have played. I still haven't beaten that for some reason. I need to get on that, but Eggman Land is kind of holding me back. And after Sonic Unleashed, we got Sonic Colors, a beautiful, fantastic looking game for the Wii. Eventually, all these games I'm naming, I will get to on the channel eventually. You know, we gotta pretty much go through, get the classics out of the way first, and then we'll head into the 3D era of Sonic games. So don't worry, folks, we'll get to that, those games pretty soon. After Sonic Colors is Sonic Generations, which was a, you know what, that might actually tie for one of my favorite, I think that is one of my favorite Sonic games, Sonic Generations, because it takes elements from all the Sonic games. So yeah, if I had to have a 3D modern game to be my favorite, it'd be Sonic Generations. But anyway, yeah, after Generations we get Lost World. No, not the hack that I recently just played. No, not that. The actual game called Lost World, which actually kind of surprised me with that title, but you know what, whatever. And I haven't beaten that. I played it, and I didn't really, like it, but that's just me. And then after Lost Worlds, we get Sonic Boom, and I don't really have to go into detail with Sonic Boom because it's Sonic Boom. And when I first saw like the trailer for Sonic Boom and Sonic redesigned it, I was like holy shit, what are we Sega, what are you doing to your mascot, man? What's up with this edgy junk? The bandage on the arm, mostly everybody got it. Knuckles got the overall, I wouldn't say best change. He just got something, man. No, he got taller and more muscle on him. So I was like, holy crap. Like, if anybody got the biggest change out of all that, it was definitely Knuckles. I was like, what the heck they done to you, Knuckles? But, the only good thing, and I think a bunch of people agree with me when I say this, the only good thing that came out of the Sonic Boom franchise was the animated cartoon, the CGI cartoon. Yeah, that's the best thing to really come out of that. I say people are enjoying the cartoon. Is it over yet? I don't think it's over. I haven't been watching much of that. And what I just passed was a secret rain. That takes you to a secret stage, and if you got all the emeralds, it just gives you a 50 plus rings for you to have in order for you to transform. When I was a kid, I used to hate facing this boss right here that I'm fighting against now. He was the bane of my existence. I really didn't like fighting this thing for some reason or other. It was because I really couldn't read his patterns, even though it's simple right now in simple design. Yeah, I really couldn't. And I didn't know anything about the insta shield, what I'm using right now. If you jumping and you press the jump button a second time, Sonic could get a little shield around him that can really work wonders against enemy attacks and whatnot. So you could be able to give yourself a brief short of extra protection, what you need. And now we're going to Hydro City, and some people pronounce it Hydrocity for some reason. I never pronounced it Hydrocity. That don't even make sense. I call it Hydro City, so that's what it's gonna be, Hydro City. And I know some people say Hydrocity just to, you know, piss other people off, but nah, I always call it Hydro City. I don't see where they get hydrosity from anyway. That don't make any sense to me. That's just me though. Anyway, Hydro City is a okay zone. You know, it's the freaking second water. Well, it's the second stage in the game, and it's a freaking water level stage. And I don't know about you folks, but I remember recalling somewhere in a playthrough of mine saying that I don't care for water levels. I like ice levels better, you know, and thank goodness that this game has that. And whoa, it's thundering like crazy. I don't know if the microphone picked that up or not. It was a pretty loud boom. It's actually getting ready to rain here in a few moments here. That was ridiculous. It's been raining almost all week and it's crazy. There's a hurricane out there. I forgot the name of the hurricane's name, but it's going to be hitting the Carolinas pretty soon here, so I kind of feel bad for those guys that they gotta go through that stuff. But you know what? They'll be okay as long as they follow the guidelines that the governor set for them. You know, make sure. You know, if you're watching this in the Carolinas, either it'll probably be way after. I hope you folks are safe. I hope you were safe. You know, being in a safe zone and all that stuff. I hope you folks had water was the necessity. You know, make sure you have that canned food, all that good stuff, and you'll be okay. You know, I've been in a state that receives hurricanes almost. Well, we don't get them yearly, but we get them a lot. So, you know, believe you me, I know a thing about, you know, surviving and going through a hurricane, and it is not fun. It really isn't. You're lucky to keep your power on, you know, throughout the whole duration of the thing. And when your power goes out, man, it's a struggle these days, especially if you are used to power, you know, and going 3, 4, 5 days without power, that's not a good time at all, because number one, your food goes bad, you know. So any food that you had in the freezer, you know, I think after that second day you can forget about it. You know, you got to throw that out, you know, costing you, you know, hundreds of dollars on food that you know, were essentially gonna eat. And there's that thunder again. That you essentially were going to eat, and it's going down the drain. So yeah, that sucks. Secondly, yeah, it's just uncomfortable, especially if you stay in a state with all the unnecessary heat. You're gonna be sweating uncomfortably. You really are. You're gonna be uncomfortable the whole time, folks. Unless you have a generator. If you have a generator, um, I'll actually tell a story. I'll tell a story here on the next part, because this part was it's gonna be over with in just a few moments here, folks. And we're pretty much hyper time right now. I'm gonna tell that story. It's gonna be pretty interesting when I eventually tell it. It may or may not be interesting, but it still got something to do. Whoa! Yeah, that quickness there, folks. That freaking quickness. That was clutch there, folks. I had pressed that button so fast. But actually, yeah, I'm going to be pretty much kind of, you know, going into that little hurricane topic on the next part. And then we'll actually, you know, get into, you know, whatever that part has to offer, which is going to be the next zone, which is Marble Garden Zone. So yeah, that place, that Marble Garden Zone, oh, the flashes, folks, the flashes. Yeah, I'll talk more about that stage when we eventually get to it. But yeah, I can stand on top of this since I'm hyper, and I have nothing to worry about as far as like the boss go, because in hyper mode, Yeah, I can pretty much stand on top of the waterfall. That's not the legitimate way of doing it. What you're supposed to do is when he puts that down, that gives you an opportunity to actually hit him. So since I'm hyper, I can pretty much just cheese every boss fight that I encounter within this game. So folks, that's going to do it for Sonic 3 Complete Part 1. So I hope you folks join me for Part 2 of the playthrough so we can have more of a good time, folks. But until then, we're going to Marble Garden. See you there.